move my microphone closer. This one's just a decoy. Got the cheaper ones. Vocal warm-ups. Okay, part 3. Part 3 of the Painscreek killings. The last 2 parts we didn't get nothing done. At the very end, though, of the last stream, we got into the car. Why don't I just show everyone? We got into the car that was parked in front of the inn that had some files in it. Turns out that it was from a private investigator like 3 years ago. There's a bloody handprint inside the car, so it's really concerning behavior. It was locked. This is the thing, it threw me off, right? Bloody handprint inside on the dashboard, locked car. So she like this PI bled on her car and then shut the door and locked it and went somewhere else. Okay, maybe this PI got killed, got murdered, bloody handprint there, and then the killer shut the door and locked it. I'm thinking too much about it is what's going on. That's okay with me. Anyways, this is her car. See, bloody handprint. My case in point. And then we got all this stuff. I hate how it keeps on reading my controller. Get rid of that. This is the PI's journal. We learned a couple of new things. Mostly that Vivian was hospitalized after giving birth to Trisha. Vivian is the one whose murder we're investigating. She was hospitalized and was suspiciously close to the doctor, and then we found a security code. So I think that's where I'm gonna go next. The other thing that we got was this letter to the PI. Basically saying that they don't think they want to solve the murder, I guess. And then this is the threat that Vivian got a day or so before she died. Or the day she died. It helps if I read the letter. And we can see the E's is all wonky. I hope that's not a misdirection there. Alright, so Mansion is where I've decided we're gonna go next. There's a lot of... Oh, wait, because I have the Slim Jim now, so I can go into Wanda's house and see if I can jimmy the drawer. One of these. I forget where Wanda lives. Where are my notes? It was 43 Silver Lake. But now I have to find Silver Lake again. Silver Lake Boulevard, and it was like tucked away in one of these little posts in here. Again. I don't think it was this far down. Was it in here? 42? 40? Was it 40? Who lives up 40? This is all I do in this game, by the way, is get lost. Wander around, be confused. Where is? Have you guys seen those TikToks of the baby in front of the plate? It doesn't actually show the kid, it's just a plate of food. And the toddler like points to the plate and goes, "What eh?" Sweet potato. What eh? It's all I see on my For You page, and it's maybe the cutest series of videos ever. Alright, whatever. I can't find Wanda's house. I'm giving up already. So we'll just go up to the mansion and check out the security room. There's still that key that we found in Bernard's locker that I don't know where that goes at all. It's a house key, it says. I've tried to investigate it. Oh, I also forgot that there was a creepy woman in on the estate grounds behind the gate. She didn't come attack me or anything. There wasn't even like any spooky music. She was just there. Um, she didn't look menacing. She looked kind of nice actually, like a historical reenactor. I think she might be a ghosty. Who knows? And that was all. We also saw the body outline on the outside of the hospital where someone jumped. So, well, there's a lot of death in this small town. I'm not shocked. If there would be ghosts, I'm not shocked that we're getting stalked by one. What else did we find out yesterday? I'm pretty sure that was it. I have like very few new notes. I mean, we know for sure that there's a time capsule in the cemetery, but we can't dig it up. I don't assume that we can dig it up because I don't have a shovel. And the tools are in the hospital, but they're in the basement, and I can't access the basement level without turning on the power. Where is the security room? Second floor somewhere? These darn stairs. This is the fuggliest house I've ever seen. This is the security room? Ooh. Okay, the code was 025241. Okay. March 18th, 1994. Someone ran through the garden last night. A man about 5'5", wearing a hooded sweater. Okay, short king. Climbed the fence wall into the garden. He proceeded to run to the backyard and jumped over the back wall. March 25th, 1994. A few stacks of VHS tapes have arrived. Please use the new tapes instead of recording over existing ones. You think the audio is better? I had my henchman fix it for me. April 6, 1994, I came across a note by Magdalene Roberts stuck between one of the old logbooks. Magdalene is Charles's deceased mother. It was requesting the search of a missing security tape dated June 28, 1975. It seems the tape was never found. May 28th, we have a new security guard coming in today. His name is Samuel Green. Tom Parker will be his mentor to get him up to speed. 2 new names. Tom, I would assume, already works in security. And then, what's his name? Sam. New guard. Andrew came to the mansion at around 11. He was very drunk. Scott was called. He arrived around 11:15 and brought Andrew home. Andrew was the one that died in the house fire. Today marks Tom Parker's 20th year since he started working at the mansion. He will be retiring from his position next month to take care of his ailing wife. Goodbye, Tom. I will scratch off security from my notes. November 2. There's a strange tale going around Painscreek recently. Stephanie, a 6-year-old girl, got lost during Halloween. Apparently she followed some fireflies in the woods and could not get back home. Her parents called the sheriff. They conducted a search but could not find her. 2 hours later, Stephanie got home safe and sound. When asked how she found her way back, Stephanie said a young lady found her crying and brought her back. She didn't know the lady's name, but remembered her being pretty and having long black hair. That's who I saw. Who I saw in the woods. She was wearing a black dress, similar to what the mansion maids wear. Okay, so is that who I'm seeing? How convenient. Alright, nothing here. Keys! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see keys so I can actually get into some locked rooms. Oh my goodness. Bernard! Address! Yay! Okay. I'm so happy. I was getting so frustrated last game because there was nothing that I could do. 31 Silver Lake. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Derek Tyler. Was at 43 with Wanda, that's right. Wanda is his mama. Andrew Reed was the guy that died. He's like considerably older than the rest of the. I just assumed that Andrew would be the same age as Trisha and Derek and Scott. Hardworking and trusted. Rip. Dorothy. 40 Black Pine. What does 40 Black Pine sound familiar? Oh, I took that note down yesterday. That was Mary had a like I don't know. Mary wrote down that address, but I don't think it's useful to me at this point. Okay. He lives Mary 10 Town Center. Cool. Keys. All that jazz. Nothing to play in the VHS. Alright. So let's look at all the keys that we just got. This must be to Bernard's house, I'm guessing, because we just got his address. Should I have looked at the keys more closely before I just snatched them up? Because I don't remember what hooks they belong to. T, Trisha, and Nanny, but I don't remember which one's which. So we're in the security room. Let's go ahead and try out the tea room, because it's right here. Stick my nose here. Oh, nice. Okay. There's a bunch of china. Apparently, Vivian was very particular about how she prefers her tea. Which I think is fine. If you are a rich lady and you have a waitstaff, I think that it's okay if you tell your waitstaff exactly what you like. A key with an exquisite design. Vivian Roberts' diary. Let's go. 1972. Charles is running for election. I talked to Wilson and Edwards, and they both have agreed to support us. I don't think that they are doing this solely to gain business benefits. Rather, they believe in Charles. Their support will help boost morale for our party. June 30th. It's our anniversary today. I'm gonna write that down. 6:30. 1971. Charles invited me to our favorite restaurant. It was a complete surprise. I was so happy. I thought he might have forgotten. After dinner, we spent the rest of the evening walking along the beach. We talked as if we were teenagers in love. I could not remember the last time I felt this carefree. Magdalene is coming. What should I do? She's always asking when we'll be having kids. I don't think I'm ready. Not yet. Not when I'm recovering from the miscarriage. Oh, that's really upsetting. Edwards called today and tried to push me in favor of a business agreement that we discussed months ago. I rejected his request and so will breach the trust agreement between our companies. I didn't expect him to threaten me by backing out from supporting Charles. If that'll happen, so be it. I'd rather lose his support than to make deals with people with no integrity. Okay. I like that in a woman. I like Vivian. Papers? Boop. Investigation on Painscreek Community Hospital donation funds. Dear Miss Vivian Roberts, our latest investigation shows that Dr. Henry Johnson has been embezzling funds from the Roberts Relief Foundation. He's sending a portion amount of offshore private account under the name of Jefferson Investments. Every 5th of the month, the exact amount of $9,990 is being transferred. Dr. Henry Johnson was found dead in a river, by the way. Interesting. I wish I wrote down what day he was found dead in the river. There's a newspaper downstairs that has it. Where's my little Henry box? Where's my Henry, by the way? Henry! Let's see if he comes. He's a very poorly trained cat. I'll just make a new Henry box. Investigation started on 2/17. Should be enough for now. He's not gonna come. My cat hates me. If you guys are wanting to adopt a cat, let me know. What does this say? How does it feel to ruin the lives of many? Costed me my job, you heartless witch. You don't deserve to live. Okay, but we were expecting this because she owns the coal mining company or something like that. The coal mine, and there was a big accident of some sort. So I'm not surprised that she's getting hate mail. Exquisite tea or exquisite key to something. Where is... We got Trisha's room, right? And then the maid room. No. The nanny room. Where's the nanny room? I'll check. Nanny room might be downstairs, but we'll check Trisha's room first. Trisha requested that all her books be brought to her room in the hospital. Did I? I think I did know that Trisha was hospitalized. There's a key there. Can I not pick it up? Okay, so there is something we can't access here. That's fine. Cabin key. Nice. My diary. Scott's a very strange kid, very quiet. I don't think it's right for the other kids to bully him and call him names. I wonder why Scott's parents didn't want him. I don't like after-school programs, especially ballet. It's difficult and boring, and I hate proper etiquette. What's wrong with being myself? I don't need to be like Mom. I haven't seen Dad for a while. I wonder if he'll be back. Every time I enter the study room, I can smell his tobacco smell. It's the perfect reminder of when he's gone for so long. I miss Dad. Mom's always working. She's so busy with other people that she has no time for me. Sometimes I wonder if Mom loves me. Maybe I should call Dorothy Mother instead. Study room code. Four, 4, 8, 7, 1. It's the only reason to read these diaries. Okay. Is there anything here? I really like the sound of the drawers rolling. It's extremely satisfying. Ooh, it's locked. Are both of them locked? Okay. Try this. No. Okay. So we have two locked areas in here. Something about a study room. I guess that could also be downstairs. Let's try the nanny room. Downstairs first. That is... Oh, maybe this is it? It's the only one with another ad thingy doodle. What's that? What? Oh, I forgot that we also have one of these in Pastor Brooks in the church. Oh, there's so many codes that we need to get into and so little information on what anything is. Okay, an illustrated medical and health encyclopedia. 4 right, 6 left, 3 right. Wonder what that's for. Ooh. Vivian Roberts' medical report. Vivian's situation is currently stabilizing. She has accepted the fact that she cannot conceive anymore. However, she needs time to fully recover. A 6-month rehabilitation is necessary. Dude, this girl just gave birth and she has to spend the first 6 months of it in the hospital. That's all. That's truly, truly awful. Your presence at the hospital has been noted to upset her, and this only helps prolong her recovery. I'm suggesting you try and refrain from visiting your wife until she's in a better state to receive you. That's pretty upsetting. Not that I approve cheating on your spouse, but I get it, bro, I guess. Not really. She also, not really, because she's hospitalized right after giving a baby and she can't even spend her first 6 months with her child properly. But also, if your wife hates you, I can understand a moment of weakness. Can I not pick up this lighter? Can I pick up the cigar case? There's nothing here. Just a note about how... Oh, place item. This one? Okay. Well, okay. 4 right. What? Does that mean 4th from the right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 6 from the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 3 from the right. 1, 2, 3. Oh! Okay, that was easy. Secret tunnel. Oh. Sophia? Sophia? Sophia. I've been looking for that girl every damn day. I don't think we've heard of Sophia before. That name does not ring a bell to me. But maybe I have poor memory. I received a letter from Dorothy yesterday. She told me everything. What have you done, my son? Yes. No. Does Vivian know? Have you even considered the consequences of your actions? Oh, Sophia. Okay. Do you guys remember my theory from the very first stream? When he was like, yeah, he just feels like my son. My daughter's boyfriend feels like my son, and I was like, oh, it's because it is actually your son, because any game that puts that much emphasis on uh I just have a right feeling about this, that's real. Um he had an affair with Sophia. Sophia is Scott's mom. That's why no one was into it. This is 1975, so he did have the affair while she was in the hospital. I love it when I'm right. Sophia Hart Charles. Sophia. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Because why else would you have an adopted character if not to make a point of that person's birth parents also being characters in the game? That's a little thin. That's a little thin of a plot. Sorry, game creators. I'm gonna call it out. Okay, I have the cabin key. I have this key, wherever it goes. The nanny room, perhaps. This exquisite key, usually designed to be with villas and mansions, so maybe that goes somewhere as well. Let's try to find this nanny room. Are there any more locked doors that I can't get into? Ooh, this one's pretty. Do you think this one goes into the pretty lock? It sure does. Okay, master bedroom. Let me in. I'm so good at this game now that I have actually found found where I need to go. Nothing here. Broken lamp? Someone had an argument before they left. 201! This goes to the inn. I'm pretty sure 201... I had assumed last episode, because the PI was still parked in front of the inn. Is that what That's where they were staying. So if that theory is correct and the PI dropped his key here and the lamp is pushed over, maybe someone got him in here. But then they, again, that means that they would have had to lock up the room and then go back upstairs and put the key in the tea room and then lock the tea room. Like, it's just too much. There's so much reading in this game. Okay. 1994. Andrew came and told me he didn't need an assistant. He said Scott is too inexperienced and is a burden to him. What he hasn't realized is that the garden has not been maintained well over the past few months, that his drunk behavior is irritating, and that Scott is actually doing more work than he is. Scott is a fast learner. He should be up to speed in no time. Charles was the one who insisted on hiring him anyway. Charles likes the boy. They've been hunting together quite a number of times, and Charles seems to be happy with his company. I just don't understand his love for hunting. He sometimes spends more time in his hunting cabin than he does at home. I was shocked to learn that Scott has been asking around about Sophia. How didn't he know about Sophia? Who could have told him? It must be Andrew, that drunk. I told him Sophia is gone. Those hallucinations of his is getting worse. This girl's grammar is awful for being like the CEO of a whole mining company. I feel like she needs Grammarly. It must be Andrew, that drunk, blah, blah, blah. He needs to see Henry and get more pills. I'll need to have Bernard keep an eye on Scott. From now on, I'll try to see who he talks to, who he asks. I called Oliver and asked if he could be the main photographer for the Easter fundraising event. When he asked what the funds will be used for, I told him it'll be used to raise awareness of Paynes Creek to promote our town's tourism. After listening, he agreed to help. When asked how, oh, my cat scared the Hi, Henry. I called for you ages ago. Where were you? I'll make room for you. Come on down. After listening, he agreed to help. When asked how much he would charge, he simply said it'd be free. I was surprised. I appreciate his contribution for his town. The deal with Howard Medical came through, just as I anticipated. Instead of being happy, I feel empty. Am I getting numb from work, or is it that I don't care anymore? Our dinner tonight was quiet. Charles didn't eat much. He asked me about my day, but I didn't want to talk about it. As a matter of fact, I don't want to talk to him much these days. Trisha was silent as well. She's distancing herself from me. I can feel it. She used to confide in me about everything. Now we hardly talk. Is stopping her from seeing Scott wrong? Is stopping her from seeing her secret brother wrong? I don't want to see Trisha. I don't want Trisha to be near Scott anymore. Of all the men in this world, why would Trisha pick him? This is unacceptable. Ugh, what a thin plot. That's so upsetting. Ooh, music box key. We can use that upstairs. Is there anything else? A hat? Gonna take some of those hat pins. Defend myself, because if there was an altercation here and there's blood, I think I will need to defend myself somehow. While we're here, I'm gonna go ahead and try their anniversary. Date 6/30/71. No. I don't think there's any other way to format that, because it's a date, right? It's a 2-digit 6/30, you know, it's a 2-digit date. Do I have any more keys to use in here? Oh, I still haven't found the nanny room. I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna try it. There we go. Oh, this is the nanny room. Wow, it's nice. Dear Charles, I have worked here for more than 20 years, and I'm so glad I was able to spend time here with everyone. I greatly appreciate the opportunities you gave me and the time I spent with Trisha. Trisha was everything to me, and she loved me. She smiled whenever I called her. I wish I could have given her more. Despite what has happened here in Paynes Creek, there are moments of pure joy that we've all shared together. I will hold on to these memories. I'm sorry that I'm leaving and I won't be able to serve you anymore. Thank you for everything. Please take care of yourself. Sincerely, Dorothy. Aw, bye, Dorothy. Aw, Dorothy. I don't want to read anymore. I can't believe that Andrew tried to kill himself again. Thank God for Scott. I cannot imagine what would have happened if Scott wasn't there to save him. Andrew was never like this when Laura and Daniel were here. Even as his wife, I doubt Laura has any idea why Andrew turned out this way. I can't blame her for leaving him and taking their son. I wonder if they've contacted each other since then. I visited Andrew at the hospital today. He seemed different. He looked calm, as if he had somehow managed to find peace within himself. The attending nurse said Scott had been there almost every day, taking care of him and being with him. Andrew has been talking a lot with Scott. Andrew told me he's ready to see Laura and Daniel again. I'm glad to hear that. I should call Laura and tell her the good news. Daniel sounds familiar. Do I have that? Am I confusing that with Derek? There's too many names to keep track of. Scott came to fix my leaking sink today. He did a wonderful job. I offered him tea and we talked quite a bit, mostly about Charles and Vivian. I showed him my old photo album. To my surprise, Scott became very quiet. He asked me if I could borrow one of the photographs. I didn't see why not. He thanked me and left in a hurry. Oh, I should call Laura and tell her about Andrew's situation. It's ironic that Andrew died shortly after being saved. I met Laura and Daniel at Andrew's funeral today. Daniel reminded me a lot of Andrew. I can't believe he's already 15 years old. Last I saw him, he was only 7. Laura and Andrew had been sending them money these last few years. She had been considering to return to Painscreek so they could be together again. If only I called Laura before the fire accident. I feel so sorry for them. Yeah, you kind of put that off for months, girl. It was like February that you first wrote it. Okay. There's a newly hired maid named Sophia. I think Matthew recommended her, saying that she's his cousin. She's very pretty. Interesting. Sophia, Matt's cousin. She's very pretty and has very good manners. She's a quick learner too and does whatever she's told to do. I'm sure she does. She's very eager, asking a lot on what she should do, how she should act when Charles and Vivian are present. She does. How to be perfect at her job. I like her already. The guys delivering food to the mansion were gawking at Sophia as if they've never seen a pretty girl before. I had to ask Sophia to go back into the house, otherwise someone might have funny ideas. Her uniform needs a little more cover. Matthew sometimes comes over and checks to see if Sophia's doing okay. I tell him he's worrying too much, that Sophia is loved by all. Matthew seems pleased every time I say this. If I didn't know better, I think that Matthew liked her. What is going on in this town? Matt's cousin, ... or more? Question mark? It rained heavily today. Sophia and I were having our tea break when she asked me, what does it feel to be loved? I said, well, it's like the feeling you get when you're with your parents. She was quiet for a moment and then replied, it's hard for me to imagine because I don't have parents. I didn't know what to say to her at that time, but after the break was over, I decided to make an effort to care for her more. This is messy. Can I open this? No. Okay, well, Dorothy sure taught us a lot. I assume this is Dorothy's room. We learned a lot about town here. All kinds of inappropriate relationships going on. Okay, we have the music key. I'll go try that next. And then I suppose it's time to hit the town again. If I can find what's her face's room? The girl's room. Nope. Are you sure it doesn't work? Alright. For unlocking musical boxes and wall clocks. There's a wall clock in the tea room. Is this the tea room? Place item. Ooh. I need to know the time of something. What's her name? What would the time be? I guess it could be a date, couldn't it? Depending on what the date is. I'll just leave a note. Clock puzzle. I hate clock puzzles. They're my least favorite whenever I did the Cube Escape games. That's what they're called. I saw that there was a new one, a new really short one to celebrate their anniversary. Might do that. It looked fun. Yeah, I don't see anything this could be. Alright, clock puzzle. That was a bust. Okay, that's fine. Let's hit the town. Again, I wish that I could fast travel, but whatever. Fine. I'll just walk around. I wonder if the key that I have is actually the key to the shed out here and not by the cabin. Should I try it? I doubt that it works, and I'm sure I'm just gonna be wasting time. Let's check to see if that lady's here. No, she's gone. I can't look at my photos either. I took a photo of her last time I saw her. She was just standing there. Not really. The window's nerve-wracking. Okay. Lots of codes. I was making really good progress. What is that? On the second floor? Can't tell. Those flowers are really well maintained, by the way. For no one being here in 5 years, like, this yard looks great. I guess we'll try. We have Bernard's address, so we'll try that. And then after that, I'll try to go back to Wanda's house and see if I could get her nightstand open. And then I have the hunting cabin key, so I'll try that. Bernard's is 31 Silver Lake. I need to find a street post. Black pine. This is walnut. Clover. I don't think I'm going the right way. I hate this town. I hate this damn town. It's so confusing, and for what? For what? Also, well, how come I don't have a map yet? I can't find a single map. Okay, Silver Lake. So we're looking for 31 and or 43. 7, 9. I was here a moment ago, wasn't I? Back this way. Fine. Oh, I guess I can't go back this way. I have to go behind. 36. What's in here? 43. Okay. Wanda, I'm gonna pry through your personal matters. Did she recover from cancer? I can't remember if that was included in the notes or not. I'm gonna feel really bad rifling through a dead woman's... Well, I guess I did it to Vivian's stuff just fine. So, maybe not. This room? Yeah. What'd that say? It's broken? You need a what to fix it? Can't you just break it further? No one lives here. You don't need a tool to fix this, because I don't want to get the tools. I don't want to deal with that. Okay, whatever. Nothing here for me. Let's try 31 Silver Lake. 45, 41. Did I go this way already? 39. 31. Alright, Bernard. None of your stuff is safe with me. These doors open. Start in the kitchen. What time is that? Why would this be the answer? Who knows? But I'll try it anyways. Whenever I go back to the mansion eventually. Bernard was on some medication. I wish I could read what for. But that's fine. I guess this detective doesn't care. Ooh, can I take it? Again, I'm scared. Not so much of the lady in the woods, but of the... Man, what a kiss ass. You have your boss's journal in your house. For real? Not journal, I guess. Memoir. Be for real. Military badges. Makes sense. There's an axe-wielding person on the loose, as far as we know. A knife is missing from the case. Can I take the other knife that's missing? And I have no desire to also wield an axe. We saw blood. We saw blood, and I'm not concerned about this at all. That frustrates me. It's fine, I guess. There's more blood. A bloodstained wool panel. I need to pull out the nails. Okay, so I need to find a hammer. More tools. How am I even supposed to get the power back on in the hospital? Because the issue is that it's behind the elevator. Okay. So hard talking. I hate reading aloud. 2 weeks ago, Scott came to me and asked about Sophia. I was surprised he knew about someone who used to work here 20 years ago. I told him that she was once a maid that worked here, but after a few years, she decided to leave the village. Today, I commented about the conversation to Vivian. She asked if Scott had said anything or asked anything since then. I could see she felt uneasy. She told me to keep an eye on him. I find all this very unsettling. Derek doesn't seem too willing to drive for Vivian. I don't think a 5-day trip is that long. Charles often has trips. Sorry. I don't have enough moisture in my mouth to maintain all of this reading that I'm doing. And I'm just dying. Charles often had trips longer than that, and Derek never seemed to mind them. Now that I think about it, Derek is unusually quiet when Vivian is around. He doesn't even look at her. It's like he's avoiding her. I wonder why. I've noticed Vivian has been getting increasingly paranoid whenever she sees Scott, to the point of being upset by his presence. She asked Charles to have someone replace Scott, but Charles kept him. He likes the boy. Maybe those hunting trips really bonded them. It's Dad's death anniversary today. I bet that's the code for his desk. What is that? 3294. I visited... Oh, wait. This is more than 2 decades. Oh, 74? I guess I could always check the cemetery too. I visited his grave in the morning. His tombstone is full of fallen leaves. It looks like autumn has started. It's March. I see, so it just looks like it. Okay. I was gonna... Oh, actually, it's March. Mom's tombstone is covered with leaves too. I read today's newspaper and updated him on the things that happened here recently. As I sat there talking, I wondered if he could hear me. Will I spend the rest of my life serving Charles and Vivian until I die? What will people remember me for? I saw Scott and Trisha today. They looked happy. I almost envy them. I think my chance at ever having a relationship with someone is over. What would my life look like if I had accepted Angela? I don't think we would have been happy. She wasn't my type anyhow. Who is my type then? Vivian? I don't know who. I think it is Vivian, bro. You literally sit looking at your weapons and a picture of her. Come on. Red flag behavior. 3 to 74. It doesn't work. Okay, I guess I'll have to look at the cemetery. I like how oblivious people are in games though, because genuinely, if I saw that the axe case was broken, a knife was missing, and there's blood around, I think I would actually just leave. Does this match the one in the case? I can't take it with me, which is a little wild. No, it doesn't even match the one in the case. Okay. Let's go then. I don't even know how to get to the cemetery from here. It's just down the road. Perhaps. I mean, I know I have to go to the hospital eventually to progress my story, but I really don't like that place. I still have to get in here, too. Okay. Timothy, Andrew. Andrew died. What was Bernard's last name? Do I have that information? Gosh, the sound here is awful. Hopkins. I feel like I'm being chased by a swarm of bees. Roberts. It's interesting how Vivian isn't buried. Vivian and Trisha are not buried with Magdalene. Sarah Goldberg. That's not what I was looking at. What was his name? Hopkins? That doesn't make any sense. Am I wrong? Was that not Bernard's? Yeah. It's Dad's death anniversary. I see. Is he not buried here? Jonathan Hopkins? 1973. Did I not try 1973? I could try it again. Can't see what the harm in that would be. Other than the time it would take there to sprint all the way there again. And then load up his house. And then be wrong. But that's fine. Where was it? I don't think it was this way, was it? I don't... I really don't remember where it was. It was here somewhere. I know it was close to this end. This way? And then... is this one? Ugh. I'm the smartest person ever. do ever exist. Okay, let's try out really quick. That's not where his desk is. $32.73. He hates Dad. What else could it be? Bum, 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 bum. I got lave stuck in my head. Okay, so there's several desks that we can't get into. What else do we have? We have the key for the inn. I guess we could do that before hitting up the hunting lodge. Might as well. Since we're nearby, we'll do the inn first. And I know how to get there. For sure. For sure, I know how to get there. I'm not confused at all. Yeah. My cat left me, by the way. I don't even know where he went. He's not laying on my bed. I've noticed we moved here last year and he has not laid on the bed leisurely like he used to at the old apartment. Okay. Alright. We have the key for this. Again, I assume that this was where when we saw the private investigator car, I assume that this is where he was staying. Whatever his name was. So I'm a little nervous. Steven, yeah, Steven Moss. Past due? Is that because he got? These are his suspects. I'll make a new list. P.I. sus. Bernard. No alibi. He has a good role here because he could actually question a lot of people. He interviewed Dorothy, he interviewed Mary. He's meeting with the sheriff, wanting to show files. Do I have to go back to the sheriff's office, or can I assume that I already have those files? A hidden panel. It's hard to pop open, but the latch is placed at one of the corners. Steven, this is incredible information. Yeah, that's the girl that I saw in the woods. So it definitely is a little ghosty. Huh? Where is this? Is that like the confession booth? Am I supposed to see something there? Is that what that is? Where can I find the key? It's a cross-shaped key. I don't know, Steven. Where can you find the key? Cross. I hope my noise suppression is good enough to hide Duncan's angry League playing in the background. Not a dig. Not a dig. League is miserable. I would also be mad playing League. Okay. I don't have a key to get in his briefcase. However much I would like it. I don't have it. Okay. So we found some photos That's sweet. And then we know that there is a secret compartment in the reception area. Is this where they were talking about? I have to pop open the corners. This is really the only flat surface here. Oh, but this one has like shaded corners. So does this one. Oh, they're mail too. This is also a flat surface with no boxes in front of it. Most of the time, the boxes have just been blocking me from getting to where I need to go. Oh, there's a drawer. I got excited. Secret compartment in the inn's reception area. Could that be this way, or could it be like back here behind the stuff? Do you think this is considered the reception area? One of the corners pops out. Okay, that's none of these. Did I take a note of that? Stephen Moss. It's part of the counter. It's hard to pop open. Okay, so counter was correct. Something looks janky here. Toolbox! What? Has this been here the whole time? Damn it! I don't even have to go in the hospital. I just have to find the key for the toolbox. Oh. Okay. Time puzzle. Interesting. Where did I write down the other time? Okay, and then a bunny. Is that of any use to me? There's just a rabbit here. Logbook. There's a private investigator in town by the name of Stephen Moss. Rumor has it that someone hired him to investigate Vivian's death after the police ceased their own search. It's a tragedy that Vivian's murder case was never solved. I saw Matthew today while he was cleaning the church. He looked thinner than he used to be. We talked for a bit. He told me that he will be leaving Paynes Creek soon as his services won't be needed here anymore. I think the recent deaths in Paynes Creek affected him tremendously, not to mention the tragedy that befell his adopted son Scott. We did know that Scott died in 1995, as well as Trisha. When did Scott die exactly? Did I write that down? No, I didn't, because why would I? Where was that? Even now, no one knows what really happened. None of the cases were ever solved. Sometimes I wonder if Scott did kill Vivian, or was he just unfortunate and wrongly accused? Mr. Moss came by today. He decided to question me, see if I know anything he hadn't already learned. I told him everything I legally could. When asked how his investigation went, he said something about an incident that happened in 1975, which might just be the breakthrough that he needed. As he left, I could not help but wonder if it had anything to do with the mansion maid who left Paynes Creek. So we can assume that's Sophia. Again, I've already found out the plot there. There is no twist. But in his notes, I'll also do 1975, question mark? Oh, okay. Excuse me. What else do I have? I have the cabin key. There's a wall there. Watch out. And then I'm very relieved I don't have to go into the basement anymore because I had no idea how to turn the power on in the hospital basement. I really did not want to spend time figuring that out. Cabin, I think is this way. getting close to the creek makes this game chug along. It's awful. There we go. Kevin, this is where Scott was staying. The knife has a dull blade. Oh no. All of my knives have dull blades. That's on poor kitchenware keeping. They want us to hate Scott so bad. I won't. I don't think it's Scott at all. Who it is, I have no idea. Charles, maybe? I don't know why Charles would kill Vivian, though. Unless Vivian was going to make public the affair with Sophia, and that would ruin his, like, politics career. Master Carpentry. Okay, cool. Ooh, 2 keys. I gotta get a water break. Oh my god. Okay. 1993. Today is Valentine's Day. I wanted to spend the day with Trisha, but Charles invited me to go hunting. I was nervous. Not because it was my first time hunting, but because it's with Trisha's dad. It turned out that I actually enjoyed being with him. I feel comfortable talking to him. I don't get it. Why would Father Matthew forbid me to be with Trisha? Is it because I'm not rich or because I'm an orphan? He didn't explain anything to me. Maybe he doesn't love me anymore? I feel so confused. We quarreled again today. I couldn't stand Father Matthew's preaching attitude, so I yelled back at him. I know I shouldn't have done that, but I'm so frustrated. Father Matthew said that I'm not an orphan. What does that mean? Does he know who my parents are? I pressed him to keep talking, but he wouldn't tell me anything after that. I need to know more. In these past weeks, it's become more difficult for me to talk to Father Matthew. Whenever we speak, he addresses only church stuff. I realized that I'm starting to avoid Father Matthew. Whenever he asks me how my day was, I don't feel like answering him. When I ask about my past, he's always trying to change the subject. I feel so frustrated. I moved out of the church. Father Matthew did not object, although he looked a bit sad. Mr. Roberts was kind enough to let me stay in his cabin if I'm willing to work for him as an assistant gardener. That way, the mansion garden can still be well maintained, even when Andrew cannot make it. It's been a month since Charles gave me his cabin to stay. I still don't know where to start my investigation. Andrew's been drinking. Bernard asked me to bring him home today. Whenever he's drunk, he accuses himself, saying that he's a sinner. Maybe he would mutter names that I've never heard of. Of all the names, I think I've only recognized Magdalene. I just can't remember where I've heard that name before. I just returned from the orphanage and found out that it was Father Calvin who brought me here. The record sheet stated that I was from Painscreek. Ow. If I was born in Painscreek, there must be records of me in the hospital, but I've checked. There's none. I broke into Father Matthew's bedroom today. I shouldn't have done that, but he might have had something that I could tell me about my birth parents. He didn't have anything relevant. Andrew's drunk again. This is the 5th time I've had to bring him home and cover his shift. It's getting quite annoying. As I laid him down on his bed, he muttered repeatedly, "I'm so sorry, Sophia." Who's Sophia? Okay, so Andrew had something to do with Sophia's disappearance. Sophia's disappearance. Maybe that's a jump just from "I'm sorry, Sophia," but I don't think that it is a jump. I think it's safe to say. Okay, some more hunting rifles. Ain't nothing here. before I start unlocking that, is there anything I missed? I'm confused by this carpentry book. We know that we already know that he was a carpenter, so maybe that's just like further. Chest box. Where did we find his chest? Where was that? In the church? That's also a church key. Okay, so I can't get into that bedroom, but we have 2 investigatables at the church, so that's where we'll go next. Stretch break. There's also a well. Can I pry open the top of the well? Probably not. It's not interactable at all. Ugh, the tree, the wind going through the trees. That audio sucks so bad. It is so booty. It reminds me of Animal Crossing, New Horizons, getting stung by the wasps, and I'm kind of triggered by it. I think I'd go this way. Perhaps. And then I go this way. Maybe this isn't the way that I should go, but it's the way that I always go. And then I meander around until I find my way there. This is a farmer's market. Can I go down? Because I think it's behind. I think it's behind here on the left? Yeah. I'm getting better at navigating this place. I think this is where we found that chest of stuff. I can't remember. I don't know. There's so much. And like I have been saying, there's so much that I couldn't ever get into. That I just forget. I'm like, oh, I'll save that for later. And then I don't make a note of it mentally or on paper. Oh, there. Church stuff. I don't think I ever checked behind there anymore. Okay, so this is... Oh. Oh. Can you go back to the unlock text there? Hello? It was just there. There we go. A 6-digit code. Do I have any codes that I think could work for this? I don't think I have any codes specific to Matthew Brooks, but I could try Scott codes. We have his Gotch Day code 0503 85. Okay, then let's try 5 3 1985. No. Okay. I think that's the only date that I have in reference to both of them. And it might not even be a date. And that's okay. Ooh, does this one also have a code? Oh my word. Can I open this at all? No. Where was the cross detailing that we saw? In what's the space's notes? The PI's notes? There's a cross detail somewhere. Oh, test key. Woo! Okay, I sworn I saw something move. Okay. Bum. This is a hard one to read. Okay. Dear Scott, I'm Sister Rachel. Although I wasn't here when you last came, I hope you remember me. I was your nursing mother after you arrived here those years ago. I understand that you came here earlier to find out how you came to be at St. Patrick's Orphanage. On July 4th, 1975, Father Calvin came to us holding a basket with you in it. He said that you'd lost your parents and there's no one to take care of you. He told us that your name was Scott. After he left, Sister Emma asked if I'd be willing to help take care of a baby. At first, I hesitated because it's a huge responsibility, but when I saw your face, so full of innocence and curiosity, I felt as if God Himself had delivered you to me, and I accepted the task. When you were 10, Father Matthew came to see you. He had just become the head priest of painscreek Trinity Church. He visited often, usually at the beginning of the month. Whenever he left, he would leave an envelope containing a small sum of money. He said that it was everything you needed, and that whatever was left was then given to the orphanage. I'd be lying to say that I wasn't sad when you left the orphanage, but when Father Matthew adopted you, I believe that your life would be better in Payne's Creek than here, and I dearly hope it's so. Everything enclosed within the package used to be yours. I think you should have these things. May God bless you, Sister Rachel Davis. A key to a basement? This basement? There's a basement here, right? There's a basement somewhere. My baby boy, 1975. You. I want the rocket ship? No? Okay, so just a diary. I asked Andrew about Sophia. First, he freaked out, saying that I shouldn't go around speaking that name. Then he said he'd never heard that name in his life. Is he hiding something? Why would he lie about Sophia? This makes me want to know who Sophia is even more. I asked Wanda if she knew anything about Sophia. She said Sophia used to work as a maid in the mansion for a few years until she was let go. When asked why, Wanda said she didn't know. However, she thought that Sophia was a manipulative woman who would do anything to get what she wanted. Wanda resented that. I met Derek today and asked if he knew anyone by the name of Sophia. Apparently, he's not on speaking terms with me. I wonder if that has anything to do with Trisha. During today's lunch break, I asked Bernard if he knew about Sophia. He was surprised that I knew that name, but proceeded to say he did not know her that well. Somehow, I feel uncomfortable whenever I talk with Bernard. His cold gaze gives me the shivers. I met Dorothy while tending to the garden. I asked her about Sophia. She looked confused. She was curious to ask where I heard that name, and I told her it came from Andrew. She kindly explained that Sophia was a close friend of hers when Sophia first came to work for the Roberts family. A weird sentence. Unfortunately, she had an affair with Charles when Vivian was hospitalized. Shortly after, she left Paynes Creek. No one has heard of her ever since. Dorothy thinks that Sophia probably started a new life in another place. I wonder if the affair was the reason everyone's quiet about it. Okay, I don't think there's anything left in here for me, huh? We got a basement key? This key? Can I not unlock it? Oh, is it the hospital basement? Because he put his tools there? I don't want to go to the hospital, though. What other key do we have? Oh, the church key. This is probably Father Michael's room. I really don't want to go to the hospital again. It freaks me out. Okay. A few months have passed since I've arrived here. The missionary trip was harder than I expected. There's no clean water, the food lacks nutrients, and there isn't enough medicine. We have requested help from WHO, but I haven't received any reply yet. I feel so frustrated. What can I do? When Father Calvin first sent me here, he asked if I'd be willing to stay for 6 months. It'd be a good training for me, he said. I agreed. That was before I came. 6 months have now passed. I think I will extend this for another 6 months. The people here need as much help as they can get. I'm not a doctor, but I can help them through my support and prayers. I will let Father Calvin know about my decision. Time flies. I can't believe I'll be going home tomorrow. I miss the people here. At the same time, I can't wait to get back home and meet everyone again. Father Calvin summoned me this morning and told me that Sophia had left Paynes Creek. How can that be? The last time we wrote, she told me that there are so many things to share with me when I got back. Was she forced? Is she hiding something? I cannot believe that Sophia left without telling me anything. Something must have happened to her that she could not tell me. So, did Calvin also have a hand in her disappearance? I'm writing a note. Calvin, previous pastor, and in Soph? Question mark. It's been almost 6 months since Sophia left Paynes Creek. I have asked everyone around. No one seemed to know where she went. Father Calvin told me to let it go. He's right. I should not dwell on matters of the heart. There are more important things in life that I need. That there are more important things in life that I need to focus on. If Sophia and I are meant to meet again, God will let me know. It's time I move on with my life. I mean, I can't blame. There's so many documents in this game. I can't blame the proofreader for messing up. This is rough. Okay, nothing there. No more book puzzles? I enjoyed that one book puzzle that we did. That was fun. Another diary. So cool. What do these people have like multiple diaries? They can't just use one? Wasting paper. Okay. I had always wanted to be adopted, but I guess heaven had something else in store for me. Instead of being taken by a family, I came to Paynes Creek Trinity Church. To be honest, I would prefer to have a real family with people whom I can call mom and dad, but Father Calvin said God has other plans for my future, and in time I will come to realize it. Robert's family is looking for a new maid. I told Mrs. Roberts that a relative of mine would fit the position really well. I know I shouldn't lie, but I want Sophia to be here in Paynes Creek. Father Calvin said that we have to help those who are in need. Sophia is in need, and I'm sure she will be glad to have this job. Since starting the job at the mansion, Sophia has settled in nicely. Whenever she has time off from work, we've been exploring Paynes Creek together. I have so much to show her. This is a small town. Surely you can't have that much to show her. This is just like the orphanage days, and I'm extremely comfortable being with her. Today was Sophia's days off. We ate at the Moon Cafe again. I can't seem to get enough of this place. The food is delicious, the atmosphere relaxing, and the coffee tastes great. Maybe it's all because of Sophia's company. Still, I love to hang out here. This is definitely one of my favorite places in Paynes Creek, followed closely by the church and Little Big Books. Okay, we get it. He has a crush. 46 Boulevard? Is that? I guess that's just where the church is. Or Silver Lake Boulevard. We have evaluated your case and may accept the request to represent your son, Scott Brooks, in court. We are in the process of drafting an appeal for his release. Consider the sensitivity of the situation. We urge you not to take any public statements until consulting with us. Okay. Okay. When did Vivian die? What was the date of her death? I don't think I have that in my notes at all. I mean, surely this should be uh important information to us, but I mean the highlighted ones, the check from the dealership, the payments. But I mean, even after the death, we still got a donation from the Roberts family. So like, it's interesting that the Roberts family would donate us money. If Scott, my son, speaking as Father Brooks, if Scott, my son, kills Vivian Roberts, why is the Roberts family then donating us $1,000? Even if we are the only church in town, I still would not probably donate the only church in town. I would not give them money if I suspected the pastor's son kills my wife, but that's just me. We're locked in now. What did I miss? You missed some pretty exciting stuff. We read a lot of journal entries, like a lot, like probably 5 different people's journal entries. And basically what we found was that Scott and Trisha were for sure having a relationship. Trisha's dad, he was married to Vivian. When Vivian was in the hospital after giving birth to Trisha, he had an affair with one of the maids named Sophia. And Sophia got pregnant. This is my theory. This isn't confirmed yet, although it's like all but confirmed. Sophia got pregnant, had a kid. That kid went to the orphanage. Sophia went missing. And then Father Brooks adopts a kid from that orphanage. And then Charles is like, "Wow, you really fit into my family. I don't want you seeing my daughter anymore." Vivian, Charles's wife, the woman whose murder we're investigating, she did not want Scott and Trisha to be around. So my theory of secret siblings was right, and it's really upsetting. It's such a thin plot. But Trisha died in the hospital, we think. Um, Andrew died in that house fire. Who knows if it's intentional or not? Uh, Scott also died. I don't know how yet, but he died. There's that doctor who was found drowned in the river. Prior to his death, like very soon prior to his death, he was caught for embezzling funds into Vivian Roberts's foundation. So there's a lot of nefarious activity going on in this town. I also decided that the woman we saw yesterday is a ghost. And then I have a basement key, so I think my next steps will be going to the hospital again. Lots of codes that I still don't have, that I still need. Like 4 different desks that I can't access. We have Charles's safe that I still can't access. There's a lot that I can't access, but I did find a lot. I found a toolbox in the inn. There's no key to the toolbox. We'll see if I can even access, if that even matters, that toolbox there. Because theoretically, if I'm right, this is the key to the church basement, which will lead me to the storage room where all the tools are. And once I have the tools, I can do a lot more stuff. So fingers crossed. I'm gonna try to get in and get out of this hospital. I freaking hate it. It's creepy. I don't like the music. The hallways are so long that my flashlight doesn't reach them. So then it's creepy and it's dark. And I run so slow. So I'm just gonna try to get in and get out. Oh, it doesn't work. Okay, interesting. So I don't need here. But that still means that I have to turn the power on at the hospital. And I really have no idea how to even approach turning the power on here. Oh well, that's a problem for another day, because I don't want to be here. I don't remember seeing any, like, there's no fuses or anything like that. It's not like a traditional horror game where I have to go into the breaker and fix it. I have no idea how I'm gonna get in there. Basement key. What else have I found that has a basement? There was the building. There's a church building, and that was it. Do you remember finding a basement? I think it was just the church. I also got into the hunting cabin. Go that way. I think it's this way. I've done a lot. I feel like I've found out a lot of information, but I just don't know where to go from here. Again. Let's see if going into the playground is gonna mess up my game. There's nothing behind here, right? Oh, there is a basement to the hunting cabin. Maybe it's... I'll try that. We'll see. This is a honey cabin. Oh, I also forgot to say while you were gone, um, we came across Bernard's house, and there's blood on the floor. I need a tool to get that out, or to get the floorboard out. But then there's also someone punched through his axe case and stole one of his axes, stole a gun, and stole a knife. And of course, we didn't find any reason to also grab a tool at all. Okay. So I feel very safe in this town. I was content. I was like, oh, a ghost. Okay, that's fine. I can deal with a ghost. I cannot deal with an axe wielding murderer. It's just nothing. A diary. That's fine. On Valentine's Day, Trisha gave me some chocolate. I'd never seen that brand before. It must be expensive. I haven't finished making the music box. I had hoped that it would be her Valentine's Day present. I'll just give it to her later. Hopefully she can forgive me. It's been quite some time that I last talked to Father Matthew. He's always asking how I'm doing after Sunday service, but I try to ignore him whenever possible. I know it's wrong. I need to find a way to make amends with him. The grass has been growing. Oh! I need to check. I need to go to Scott's room because he has like a hidden shelf, I think. And the grass has been growing wild lately. The weeds are everywhere and Andrew's not here. Actually, he hasn't been here for quite a while now. I wonder what happened to him. I should visit him after work tomorrow. I was about to pick Andrew up for work when I found him laying unconscious on the floor. There is an empty bottle of sleeping pills on the table. I immediately called the ambulance. According to the nurse, this is Andrew's third suicide attempt. She's glad that I saved him in time, an hour later, and he could have died. I don't know why Andrew would commit suicide. What I know is that he must be lonely. He needs a friend. I visited Andrew at the hospital today. He's out of ER and is recovering quite well. While I was cutting the fruits, he told me his story. In 1972, there was a maid who came to work at the mansion. Her name was Sophia. She was a hard-working young lady with a great personality. She was loved by many. A few years into her job, however, she had an affair with Charles. A child was born. When Vivian found out, she was furious and decided to kick her out of Payne's Creek. What happened after that was a tragedy. On June 26, 1975, at 11 p.m., Vivian, Dr. Johnson, and Andrew confronted Sophia. A fight broke out. Sophia fell and hit her head on a nearby well. She stopped moving. Dr. Johnson checked and realized she was dead. Her neck had broken. No one knew what to do. Vivian then asked Andrew to take care of the body and her baby. Andrew did what he had to do to protect Vivian. After that night, they vowed never to tell anyone about the incident. Before leaving, I asked Andrew what the baby's name was. He said it was Vincent. I left the hospital and I couldn't help but pity Andrew. He's lived a confusing life and the struggle shows. I hope he can heal. I don't think his name was Vincent. What day was this? 6. Where's my Sophia? Sophia died 6/26/75. Who else? Dr. Johnson. My notes suck so bad. Andrew says Dr. Johnson and Viv killed her. The Hidden Truth is the achievement I just got. Okay. It'd be awesome if there was a key to the music box that he built her around here somewhere. That's so sad. What? What? Okay. The ghost got me. This knife is not a match, by the way, but you could tell they're trying to get us to think it's Scott because it keeps on saying it's dull. Scott didn't do anything. Scott just found out that he does in fact have family. Did I read this already? I think I did. Yeah. He does in fact have family, and that family was murdered, and then his girlfriend's dad. So I think it's a little fair for him to be upset. I don't think that he would kill Vivian because of it, though. Okay, so where do I go from here? I have the clock puzzle still. I wonder if this was where Duke got hurt. Clock puzzle, I have the music box. I need tools, man. This way. Run, run, run. I need to somehow figure out how to get into the hospital. But for now, I think we're gonna go back to the state and see if any of the clock times that I have would help me get into what if I go this way? There's a clock in Vivian's tea room. I'm gonna see. Why not? Can't hurt. Yeah, shortcut. I always think that this is a code, but it's just trees clipping. I've had like half of this water bottle, by the way, because I've done so much reading. We're so lucky that everyone in this town keeps a diary. Detailed diaries, too. I think detectives in this day and age would not be so lucky investigating a dead town years after. Upstairs is the tea room, I think. There's a drawer. Did I get into this drawer? I did. Right? Yeah. Okay. Brother. Okay, the first one I found was like not gonna happen. Okay, then try this one. Okay. Wow. So that's nothing. I don't have any more keys. Did I miss anything in the rooms that I unlocked? I don't think I did, because it literally was just journal entry after journal entry. Mail. Nothing here. I really want to get into Charles's secret behind the painting. But I don't know what the code would be. I don't want to just like sit here all day fiddling around with codes. This was Dorothy's room. Dorothy gave us a lot of information about everything. She was a very observant woman. That's her diary. Got that. I couldn't open this, so I'm gonna assume it's not important. And then Trish's room, I think, is over here. No, that's the gym. Where's Trish's room? Is it over there? This is the ugliest. I complain about it every time. I just can't get over how ugly this house is. I missed that. Oh wait, no I didn't. Okay. So that's locked. And then this is locked, but I don't have any keys for it. So I think we're gonna have to go to the hospital regardless. To snoop around Trisha's stuff again. I just don't want to go to the hospital. I'm scared. I guess I can poke around this house a little bit more. I'm gonna go to the art room again. I really don't know what date could be in that. Nothing new. I mean, can I open my journal from here? We know that this is Charles's. I've tried his mom's death anniversary. I've tried Trisha's birthday. I'm fairly certain that I've also tried their wedding anniversary, but I could try it again. They got married 6/30/71. Hello? No. Okay. But I'm not gonna putz around and just keep doing. I also found the study. We had the study key. And then in the study there was the bookcase puzzle, which was super fun. I guess I could try one of these codes here, huh? It won't be their anniversary though. What would it be? When did Magdalene die? The 27th, August 27th. Do I try that here? No, because that would be too many. If I'm gonna do that way, I need like a single digit date. So I just do 1971. When he got married. Okay. I wonder how many of these desks I even like truly need to get into. Anyways, this was the puzzle. Oh. Okay, we knew that she died. And it gives us the exact date, so we don't have to do math on it. Guess I could write that down. 8/27/5. Interesting way to go. What did you mean? Oh, I recorded content, just newspaper, I guess. Oh, but we found this picture of Sophia. Bless you. Pick it from 7, you go up, and 7 down. I was counting. I don't know where to go now. I made so much great progress, but here I am, back at the question mark stage. This is a key, right? Yeah. I feel like the lights just flickered. I got no idea. There's files in there. I want those files. I really don't want to look up a guide, but I fear I might have to. I really just don't know where to go from here. I still can't access the hospital tools. I have no keys other than a Slim Jim. I mean, maybe I have information that I'm just not acting on yet. There is I feel like the only solvable one that I have right now is the clock puzzle, but I don't know what time it'd be. It means nothing to me. Like I don't think I've found anything with actual substance regarding a clock yet. Yeah, that's true. Whenever we play games together, we're very quick to consult guides. I mean, this game is supposed to be played without one. I mean, obviously most games are, but you know, like it's supposed to be a very hard detective game. Just a very hard detective game, but still doable. I don't know. I just also don't know how I'm gonna turn on the power to the hospital. That's the only place that I can go now. I guess. I don't want to putz around in the hospital. I don't like that place. But I guess I have to. Again. Unfortunately. Maybe I should just look up where the tools are? Is that cheating? To just look up where the tools are kept here? I don't see any type of nothing. I think the thing I hate most about the hospital is that there's just like an electronic buzz everywhere. And not like a buzz, like a whirring, but like a high pitched one of my ear hairs is dying buzz. It's just deeply uncomfortable. Okay, nothing. I don't see anything about nothing. There's this gated area I can't get into. This goes around to the front, but I don't think it does anything. Like, I don't think I'm missing anything back here. Can't climb. Oh, I guess I could also look at, oh, huh? Medical record room? Has that's not been there this whole time. Bull crap. Bull crap. Okay. Hospital map, where is the medical records room? 9. I think I'm at 8 right now, so it's just down the hall this way. No? Emergency center. Go down. Down the other way. I don't know how to read maps. I've been trying to pretend like I do this whole time. Maybe it's the room that says medical records. I don't think that's been here this whole time. I think a ghost just put it there. Oh my gosh. Andrew Reed. Andrew Reed. This must have been when one of the times he tried to commit was 923. Okay. Andrew. Is there anything that's important to me? Other than... I mean, it shows... Alright, let me read this again. It shows the difference between doctors. But this was before, so it doesn't even mean that much to me. I don't want to read it again. No, thank you. Wanda. Raymond doesn't mean anything. Kyle doesn't mean anything to me. Raymond. Nothing. Wanda again. This is very bad record keeping, by the way. There's no alphabetization. Alphabetical orders. To nothing. Okay. None of that was helpful. Can I get in here?
Hello again, Miss Roberts. How are you doing? What should we talk about today? The nurses have notified me that you haven't been eating
I
your
think this is
meals.
Trisha.
Is there something wrong with the food? We know that currently this is a rough time for you. Your father has been asking for you. He wants to know if he can talk to you.
What a weird spot. Place to stop the recording. Oop. Can somebody let Catherine know that I found her missing pin and placed it in one of the drawers of the lobby? If she's wondering, I found it in the basement storage. She needs to keep better care of her thing. If I go in there and there's a pin, I'm gonna be so mad because I've definitely checked all of those freaking drawers. But did I find out any new information? Me think it's not. Okay, let's go down to... Oh, I hate this place. The lobby. So we know Trisha was staying on 203. I can make a note of that. You want up here, baby? Come on. Come on. Enjoy your time while you can. I'm not going to be streaming for much longer. He's not interested. Well, you can meow all you want, but I try to invite you up here. There you go. Hi, my love. Just tell me even. Nothing. Mwah. Okay. Did I miss something in the medical exam room? Did I check all the drawers in the lobby? I thought I did. There's nothing here. All these papers keep flipping through and I think it's important. Oh! Wait. Let me in there. Pick up? No. I missed so much. What does this say? I mean, 1964 is an important date. But I don't know what this is for. Whose pin was this? Natalie's? Is that all? I don't even know a Natalie, man. Alright, well. Still nowhere. Still can't get into the basement. Guess we gotta go to 204 was where what's-her-face was staying. So, we're here. Just go. One. Okay. I found a date. A random date that belongs to some random woman I don't know. I just want to check the name again. Catherine. Catherine. That name doesn't... That doesn't ring a bell to anyone? Catherine, was that a name mentioned in my journals? Yeah. Did I check the phone? Can I... You all. Well, time well spent in the hospital yet again. Love this place. Love how creepy it is. Super awesome. Is there anything else? Man, I'd be so frustrated if I was watching me play this. Just take me by the shoulders and shake me. Nothing else here. Okay, cool. Well, where to now? Nowhere closer to nothing. I guess I can try 1964 on some of the date locks that I have, but I don't know who Catherine is. Maybe I should just look it up to see. I don't be streaming for too much longer. I'm losing my voice as it is. Um, I want to go back to the church because what's the kid's name? Scott mentioned that there was that hidey hole where he could display stuff, and I never found where that is. So, and maybe I should go back to the hunting cabin? Maybe? Because that's where he was staying, so maybe he was displaying some of his stuff there. But I just doubt it. There's also this whole... Like, what's going on here? This is a 6-digit date. Or code. I always assume they're dates when they're 6 digits. And maybe that's on me. Nothing up here. I read all this stuff. Maybe there was something about his missionary work in here. Let me just check. Easy. 1971. Okay, so we wouldn't even know when he started his missionary work. So maybe we could try 9/17/75 on his desk in here. I have no idea what the code would be. Let's see. Eep. Okay, let's check Scott's room. And then I'll look it up, because I genuinely have no idea where to go to from here. I understand that there's like a date in here, that's great and everything, but I don't know what that's supposed to mean to me. I mean, I guess I could try just 1985 on the desk again. I'm pretty sure I've tried that before, though. Yeah, this doesn't mean anything to me. I've tried my third, so that doesn't mean anything to me either. Alright, let's check out a guide. I'll just do it. I'm tired of it. What is this game called? Painscreek Killings Guide. Ooh! Second search was Painscreek Killings Jump Scare. Maybe they just mean the creepy lady that I found. Although that wasn't really a jump scare. I kind of just observed her. See, this is a problem whenever you don't start with like a walkthrough, though, is that I have no idea like where to even start here, you know? I have to like scroll through all of the stuff that I've already done. Exploring the inn, we did that day 1. On to Tyler's house, we did that. Robert family mansion, all the locked doors, that's great. Talking about the dead doctor. This is what failure feels like. Pretty sure I found all this stuff. Yeah, Mary's. Da, 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 da. Bunk beds, we found all that. Found that room. Uh. Oh wait, that's a church key. She's already found the church key. Goodness gracious. Sorry, riveting content. Is this more or less interesting than watching me walk around the town not knowing what to do? That is a question you have to ask yourself. Okay, so she just got into the car. Oh, there's some stuff that I missed with the detective's car. Or with the PI's car. So I'll go do that. Apparently I didn't interact with everything in the car properly. How do we get out of here? This way. Should I do like cat cam to keep you guys entertained? Can you say hi, Henry? No. There you go. Hi. Scoot over so they can see you better. Where was I going? Back to the inn? Yeah, back to the inn. How do I get there? Uh-huh. Bum, 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 ba-da-ba-da-bum. Where is the inn? Oh wait, I don't want to go in then. I just want to go to the car. Damn it. Oh, and my daughter woke up, so maybe I shouldn't look through more of this. Okay. The secret lies with her. This is the photo that I had missed. We read that. This is Stephen Moss's private investigator license. We got his diary. Okay, so that just gave us an achievement. And then what does this person do after that? She goes back to the mansion. She goes to the security room, which we did. We got all those keys. We got all the files. And we investigated all the rooms. And she goes to the study. And goes to the master bedroom. Can you hear her crying on the stream? I figure that my noise suppression covers it, but. And then we go back to the courtyard. We got that much. Oh, there is stuff that I missed in Calvin's room. I'm just not investigating things fully. Ugh. That's what it all boils down to. I need to, like, check things in my inventory. And then turn it. Let's see if this unlocks any new information for us, and then if not, I'll get off and tend to the baby. There's also a briefcase. I totally forgot that we have a briefcase here. Okay, so this is someone standing on the roof of the church in the black dress. That's what we saw our ghost wear. And it says Painscreek Community Hospital. Code is Calvin's date of birth. So that's Father Calvin? I'm gonna move the camera back. That's Father Calvin. I'm gonna do like a to-do list. 1. Confessional. Code is Calvin DOB. Cool. Sweet. Thank you, Steve. Where can I find the key? I don't even know where that dresser is. That doesn't even look familiar to me at all. Let's go down to the cemetery. I'll do this and then I'll get off. See how quick I can be. What's the quickest way to the cemetery, do you reckon? Right this way. Oh, these headphones kill my ears after a while, especially wearing them all cattywampus. Is there anything in this car? Okay, we are looking for a Calvin. None of these people. Killing myself, huh? Calvin Bennett. Does this have a necklace on it? No, that's just part in the wood. Don't know whose grave this is, by the way. Was 10/24/1902. Okay. 10/24/92 will be the code that we try. We'll try that, and then I'll get off. Promises. Promises, promises. I don't think it would be the quickest way to the cemetery. First of all, I want to be cremated. So, can I go in? That's funny. That's a funny joke. You typically hear the people are dying to get in there, but I like, that's a fun spin on a horrible joke. Can you show me the unlock prompt? Show me the unlock prompt. 10, what was it? 24? Oh, 02? Nice. Open. You're kidding me. Open? Alright, let's go try the other one. And 24. 02. Hello? Dear Father Calvin, this is not about the things that I've witnessed during my stay in Painscreek while in service to Miss Magdalene Roberts. I have no one to confide in, and I dare not speak to you in public, hence this letter. I accompanied Mrs. Roberts to Painscreek on July 4th of 1975 to visit her son Charles. It was rumored that Vivian had a nervous breakdown following her own delivery of Trisha, that she had to stay in PCH for rehabilitation for several months. During that time period, Charles was all alone. He found a comfort in a housemaid by the name of Sophia. They had an affair, a boy was born. 2 days later, after arriving, we were informed that Sophia, along with her child, had left Painscreek. Where could she have gone off was a mystery for all of us. I assumed most of us believed in the story, including myself. However, Mrs. Roberts refused to believe that Sophia would leave when she would have been accepted into the Roberts family. The boy she bore for Charles would have guaranteed that. Mrs. Roberts initiated a search for Sophia with our driver Patrick and myself. It lasted less than 2 months before she passed away from a heart attack. What I want to confess in this letter is not about Sophia, although I was initiated by her disappearance. It's about Mrs. Roberts' untimely death. You see, Mrs. Roberts had a heart condition that had been infecting her for a while. However, her medication has always kept her stable. Her prescription was still the same during her visit to Paynes Creek, yet her condition deteriorated. The family doctor, Henry Johnson, confirmed that her search for Sophia had taken a toll on her health. All she needed was to rest as much as she could, and she would be fine. I know that despite the doctor's advice, Mrs. Roberts did not stop the search. Did that create stress on her? Yes, but should it have killed her? According to the physician attending to Mrs. Roberts back home, no, definitely not with such a short time span if she had taken her medicine. Her body was never autopsied. Her son Charles wanted her body untouched and buried properly. As Patrick and I were packing to leave for home, I couldn't help but wonder, who could have wanted Mrs. Roberts dead? Is there a connection between the affair of Charles and the housemaid, the disappearance of Sophia and her child, and the death of Mrs. Roberts? I would like to say whom I might suspect, yet I am in no such position, and I'm afraid that I might name the wrong person. As I write this letter, I hope you can understand what I am willing to convey. I pray the truth be revealed as God permits it. Sincerely, Sylvia Eden. Word. That does not help me at all. I mean, other than the fact that Vivian might want to kill Magdalene. Okay. We'll come back to that later. I'm tired, my brain hurts, and we found some letters that I still don't know how to act. Go forward. But that's fine. We'll leave. We'll pick this up next time. Alright, well thank you guys for watching. We'll say bye to Henry one more time. There he goes. Bye, Henry. Alright. See you later. Bye.